Right now, there's a huge shortage of highly skilled workers in the southern U.S. This is a big opportunity, especially for people who have professional millwright training. You can be one of those people, but you need a partner to help navigate the industry, to give you the training you need or make the connections you don't have, to support you throughout your career, to make sure you get competitive pay and comprehensive benefits, give you the opportunity to work in one place or travel, to give you more control over your career. That partner is the Southern States Millwright Regional Council. Southern States Millwrights support and protect the rights and opportunities for millwrights across our unique 11-state group and help our members get the best jobs in the region. We represent thousands of professional millwrights across a variety of industries such as steel, automotive, petrochemical, paper, power generation, and more. For more than 125 years, Southern States Millwrights have established a rich tradition of keeping the power on and industries moving. So no matter where you are along your career path, we can help. If you're just graduating high school or college, there's never been a better time to take charge of your future by becoming a professional millwright. Now's the time to take action. So what's a millwright? Millwrights are precision-oriented professionals. They install, maintain, adjust, diagnose, and repair industrial machines that often cost millions of dollars. This is equipment that, when adjusted even the width of a human hair, can become 20% more efficient. You can be one of these elite workers. Even if you haven't gone to college, you can get to work right away. We'll help you find a valued apprenticeship that is respected throughout the industry. During your apprenticeship, you will earn a fair wage right from the start and receive free training. So when you graduate, you won't have any school loans to pay back. And if you're in college or just got your degree, talk to us. We can start you off on the right foot with a rewarding career. Southern States Millwrights are in demand throughout the region. There's steady work and good money to be made. So make the most of this opportunity. Take control of your career and future. Join the Southern States Millwright Regional Council. Make the right move. Exploring this great career move costs nothing. There's no risk and everything to gain, so contact us to find out the details today.
Hello, I am Sheila Blanco, Public Information Manager for Savannah-Chatham County Public Schools, and we are here today with another connection to careers. Today we are going to learn all about millwrights and carpenters, something I did not know a lot about until I started talking to these folks who are here with me. We have Jessie Patterson. She is the coordinator instructor for Southeastern Carpenters Training, and also Logan Brown. He is the Eastern District Rep for Southern States Millwrights Regional Council. Welcome to you both.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
All right, so the thing I said I didn't know, I think most folks know what a carpenter does, but millwrights, what is a millwright?
That's an excellent question, and you'll see bumper stickers, what is a millwright? So millwrights are industrial mechanics. We date back to the 1800s, where factories were driven by water powered, and millwrights were associated with carpenters because we used to carve the wooden gears that drove the machinery and the cotton gins and the flour mills, all the sugar mills. So from there, we've transitioned into the Industrial Revolution, where materials and power has changed. So now millwrights install all the heavy rotating equipment in industry. So your power plants, your automotive plants, your light frame distribution, food and beverage facilities, your Amazons, anything with rotating equipment and heavy industry, millwrights have a hand in installing, operating, and maintaining.
And I know from a conversation we have had, most people think of you get a job and then you join the union. Y'all operate kind of differently. You do an on-the-job training where recently graduated students can actually join the union and have the possibility of being placed in an on-the-job training program and learn their career fields as they go. Tell me a little bit about how that works.
Yeah, that's a great point. So our apprenticeship, you don't need any experience to join. So we do an on-the-job training as well as classroom instructional that Jessie takes care of for us. We have offices throughout North America. And we partner with, in this area, we partner with over 250 contractors that'll reach out to us when they have jobs asking for manpower. And most of these jobs are on construction sites, so it's short-term employment. But we teach the skills, and when you join, you already know what your pay rate's going to be. You know what your instructional, what you're going to be doing on the job, what the hours. It's fully transparent with that. And then when you finish that job, we send you to the next job. So it's full employment, but just with multiple contractors in multiple areas.
Kind of like a freelancer, but you are getting the stability of an organization that is training you and sending you out on these jobs.
Correct. And the great thing about it is that all these contractors pay into the same health and welfare and the same pension, so you're not starting over everywhere you go.
Oh, that's wonderful. So somebody fresh out, I assume they have to have graduated school already? They have
Yes.
to have graduated high school?
Yes.
And what are there any other requirements that they need to have?
So a high school diploma or a GED is required. We do a lot of work in federal and government facilities, so it's helpful for your employment opportunities to have a clean background, but not necessary. There are some second chance facilities that we partner with to recruit. So if you made a mistake earlier in your life, it's not a deal breaker. Everybody gets paid the same. And it's you start off at 60% of what a journeyman makes, and provided that you take your classes, every 6 months you get a 5% increase in your pay rate until you complete the 4-year apprenticeship, and then you make the journeyman rate. We negotiate our contracts usually every 3 years, and so you know what your raises are going to be the following the next pay rate.
And I know you mentioned women there. A lot of folks might think of this as jobs that would be more for men. You're talking about heavy equipment, heavy machinery. That is not the case. Obviously, we've got Jesse sitting here, and I know when we spoke before that you told me that there's actually an organization of women within the Millwrights. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, we have the Sisters in the Brotherhood. It's a committee that is committed to helping sisters throughout. We mentor, we guide, we lead our sisters and grow how to do what we do, but all be equal. So it's very diverse, very equitable, very inclusive. It's kind of like the military, the brother and sisterhood. I mean, we go out there, these people become our family.
And we've talked about the pay that you all negotiated. There's a certain range, but it's a good salary, especially for someone coming right out of high school.
Certainly. So our entry level makes probably 17 to 18 bucks an hour, and then, like I said, every 6 months, provided they do their classes, they get a 5% raise every 6 months.
Now, does it cost them anything to take these classes as part of this training?
This training is completely free. The way it's funded is through our contracts with our contractors. So every hour an individual works, a set dollar amount goes back into our training fund. So to take the classes, it doesn't cost the member anything.
Does it cost anything for them to join the union to get into the training program?
Excellent. So we have a monthly dues, which is different wherever they join, but that is discussed if they're interested. We sit down with them, tell them the ins, the outs, the due structure. And it's very affordable. A lot of people think it's pretty expensive. It's in the $20 a month range. So
That's wonderful. So basically, for a very small monthly fee to the union, which then represents them,
correct.
they have classes to learn a whole skill set for a new career for free and get sent out on jobs where they're earning pay.
That's right. We have a defined benefit or defined contribution pension, which is like an annuity. So the more hours you work, the more goes into that account with your name on it. So after a 20, 30-year career, you have a lump sum that you can then roll over into an IRA and retire from. And it's a substantial amount, $10, $11 an hour. And I know young kids getting into a career, don't think about that, but I promise you, as you get older, it becomes a little more in the front of your mind, right?
Yes,
It's
definitely.
like, dang, I wish I'd, thought about this a little sooner. But yeah, and health insurance, right? So if you're not going to college, you get kicked off your parents' insurance at, 26 or 24. So these are things that young people need to start thinking about being able to provide, and joining a union, going through an apprenticeship provides that for them. Not everyone is meant to go to college. There's a lot of people like working with their hands, and there's so many different options out there that it's easy to get lost in which is the right path to go on. And I understand we're not the right path for everyone, but for somebody who likes doing something different daily, likes traveling around to see different facilities, to work for different people, to meet new people, and to make a good living doing it, this is exactly where they need to go.
Well, you touched on actually the very next thing I was going to ask you about, the wide variety of jobs. Are we talking indoor work, outdoor work? You talked about machinery and obviously carpentry. What are the types of things that people will do, and how is the travel? I mean, is it just regional? Can they go pretty much anywhere with this skill set?
Yeah.
Once they've earned their is it a degree, a certificate, or?
It's a certificate of their journeyman certificate.
Okay.
So, they can travel as much or as little as they want. Of course, there's more opportunities if that individual is willing to travel more. We have people that travel to Romania, Mexico, so global opportunities are there as well.
South Africa.
Yeah, South Africa.
I have an apprentice in South Africa. She's the only female out there.
We had a 6-month job in St. Croix.
Wow.
I mean, it was. I think Jesse worked there as well on the island of St. Croix at a refinery. So there's plenty of opportunities. So we work a lot in construction, new construction, but as well as in maintenance as well. So more of our power industry sector is the maintenance type work, where you'll take a turbine apart, inspect it, repair worn parts, and put it back together. So your nuclear power plants, Duke, Southern Company, Georgia Power, those are a lot of our clients as well.
I know Josie was explaining to me before that that's an outage. A lot of your big plants, they have a certain time that they schedule maintenance on this particular piece of machinery, and that's an outage, and they take that offline so that you guys can come in and work on it, make sure everything is operating properly, right?
Yeah, and there's some hours that are associated with that. So 610s, 712s for 30, 45 days, and then you complete that project, and they'll give you a layoff, and you call our business rep or myself and say, hey, I'm available for the next opportunity, and we can give you a list of the jobs that are going on, and you can pick between whichever one you want to go to.
Wow. Are there different certificates for different skill sets? If you give somebody a list of jobs, so they have to then, go, well, I've got a certificate, I'm qualified to work on this, qualified to work on that, or once you get that type of a certificate, is it good for any of those jobs?
Excellent question. So our apprenticeship is a generalized, generalized instruction. And then we have electives that you can take that specialize in certain industry sectors, such as automotive, mechatronics. People like to automation is upon us. I mean, a lot of things are going automated, and we teach people how to install and maintain these robots. We do a lot of work in Amazon plants, putting robots in. Automotive is huge, but that's just an elective. Paper mills are another elective. We have an international training center in Las Vegas that each member will have the opportunity to go to at no cost to them, where we have a full-size gas and steam turbine.
Oh, wow.
And these individuals will actually break it down, learn how to inspect it, learn how to measure it, learn how to reinstall it properly.
So it's like a lot of career fields. You get your general degree, like say a doctor gets a general degree to be a doctor, but they choose a specialty that they enjoy, whether it's working in pediatrics with children or heart surgery. You know, they have their own type of specialty that meets their interests. Well, I think that's all of the nuts and bolts I wanted to talk about, unless there's something we didn't hit on. But I would ask each of you, I mean, it sounds wonderful. It sounds like a great opportunity, especially for someone who is just graduating and looking to really start a career and start making their way in the world. But what if you had the students who are watching this video in front of you right now, what would you say to them about why this is a great opportunity? I'd like each of you to tell me what the reason is that you would tell them to pursue this.
The reason I would have, and I tell anybody to pursue it, is these are not just the benefit part. So you have our pension and our health care, but you work the hours, but that does not come out of your paycheck. The contractors pay for that into that fund for the hours that I work. It's not, I'm not going to go out straight out of high school and find a job where I'm going to be paying my own health insurance out of my paycheck. If I want a 401k, I'm going to be paying that out of my paycheck, and they may match. But I don't have to do that. Those paychecks are mine. I've worked those hours for it.
I'd like to echo on that too. The great thing about this organization is the growth potential. You can accomplish anything you want to accomplish. We provide soft skills classes, professional development courses on top of the skills learning too. So we want people to progress into becoming a foreman, a general foreman, a superintendent. We have quite a few of our industry partners who went through the apprenticeship now own companies. It's not unheard of. So you can really use this apprenticeship and the union to accomplish anything you want to accomplish.
All right. Is there anything that we haven't touched on basics-wise about the program and about the opportunity to get in this field?
I do want to touch on the apprenticeship side.
Okay.
So we talked about the apprenticeship, and they're like, well, okay, so what is it? Most of your classes are 40-hour classes. At most of our training centers, it's Monday through Thursday, 10-hour days, but you only come to class 5 times a year. To get your raise, you get 2 raises a year. You come to the classes that are scheduled for you, 3 in the first half of the year, 2 in the second half of the year. The rest of the time is on-the-job training. You're on the job, making a living wage, working, but learning your trade.
And you're even getting paid when you're in the classes for the time that you're spending there?
You don't get paid for the classes.
But that's only one or 2 weeks?
It's only 1 week for the class, and then you go back to if you're working, you go back to the job. If you're not working, you go find,
We'll give you another job.
See when the next job's coming up. Depending on how you want to do it, some of our classes are a little closer together. So they may have one class this week and one class next week, and I won't see them for 2 or 3 months because they're out working on the jobs, and that's where they need to be. We give the fundamental skills in the classroom, and then they take it out there and they apply it into the real world.
All right. All right. Last thing then we'll touch on before we wrap it up. How do people get involved? Do they call you? Is there a website they should go to apply? I mean, what is the process?
So we have multiple ways you can get in touch with us. The local apprenticeship is right off of Telfair Street, 40 Telfair Place. You can come see Jessie. She's there. You can go to our website, www.southernstatesmillwrights.org. There's plenty of resources on that website to research us. You can get our contact information off of there. All you have to do is just pick up the phone, call us, send us an email, send us a text, go by and visit us in person, whichever makes the most sense for you.
It sounds like an amazing opportunity that anybody would be lucky to get involved with.
It is truly the best kept secret.
All right. Thank you very much, both of you, for joining us today. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
And our students take you up on that offer to stop by or go to your website and learn more about it.
We appreciate it. Thank you.